This is a mystery-solving ancient god treasure ruin. The boy was given the opportunity to choose equipment first. However, Duan Fei could only choose one of the 5 divine artifacts. Just when he was at a loss, the evolution tree within him made the choice for him. This trial certificate in front of you is practically a prop tailor-made for you. It turned out that just after class, he was severely injured by the challenger. Then, with a loud crack, the leader's head was immediately severed and embedded in the ground. Duan Fei asked with a dark face, "Did he beat you up like this?" Finally, he learned from the classmate that the Yanhuang refugee wanted to annex us, so he had no choice but to send Jinbao to inform you. However, at this moment, Lei Jinan pulled out the head and cursed, "Which bastard attacked me?" But as soon as the lewd man turned his head, he was met with a crisp slap. "Go on. Don't you even have the ability to look me in the eye?" The lewd man turned his head again, but this time he was met with a foot instead. "You're not even worthy of seeing me." Meanwhile, in the command room, Luo Yang looked worried. The commander of the Yanhuang base squinted and threatened, "As long as you hand over the gene serum plan, Yanhuang won't make things too difficult for you." However, at that moment, an argument broke out outside the door. Duan Fei, carrying the unconscious lewd man, asked, "Why do we have other people's watchdogs here? By the way, is this hothead your subordinate? So he should leave for a moment. I have something to report to Commander Luo." But it turns out to be Commander Yanhuang. He could only bark helplessly. "We'll see." Luo Yang then quickly left. "Commander, it's Commander Luo." He greeted him politely. "Have you found any clues about your sister?" Actually, Duan Fei had no clue whatsoever. He had come back specifically to ask Commander Luo for the surveillance screenshots from last time. Perhaps Along would recognize this person. Commander Luo immediately dialed the monitoring room, but Duan Fei also brought back good news. "I found a lot of zombie remains in Qinchuan. Find someone to transport them." Upon hearing this, Luo Yang became excited. "Then we don't need to fear the Yanhuang base anymore. In exchange, I'll take you somewhere. A few days ago, we cracked the 2nd level of the ruins, but before we started mining, I promised you'd be the first to go in and choose. So, Duan Fei pushed open the 10-ton stone door. Then I'll gladly accept." Once inside, Duan Fei was surprised to find that this ruin not only lacked any sense of danger, but was actually a complete puzzle-solving treasure trove. The stone walls were covered with a series of artifacts. The alien artifacts, just as Duan Fei was at a loss, a purification pop-up appeared, prompting him to choose the trial token in front of him. The evolution tree had actually spoken up. This golden badge seemed extraordinary. It turned out that the trial token granted the qualification to challenge the Endless Tower, undergoing continuous trials to make the holder an unparalleled powerhouse. This was like a divine help for Duan Fei in acquiring evolution points. Not only could he gain a large amount of combat experience inside, but he could also quickly collect evolution points. Now it seems this trial token was tailor-made for me. Suppressing his surprise, Duan Fei channeled his mental energy towards the token. The next instant, the token emitted a faint glow, and Duan Fei was suddenly drawn away by a golden light, teleporting him to a certain space. There stood a towering black tower, reaching into the clouds. A faint electronic cigarette sounded in his ear, and a beautiful young guide named Tada introduced herself, saying, "I can answer any questions you may have about the Endless Tower of Trials. Next, I will introduce the basic situation here. The Endless Tower has 600 floors, with increasing difficulty. Every 150 floors, a negative status effect will be added, leading to a higher challenge. The trial token will disappear after 15 days of use. It is important to note that if you quit midway, each challenge will shorten the token's lifespan by 1 day." But before Tada could finish her explanation, Duan Fei had already begun his challenge. After all, this opportunity to conquer the tower couldn't be wasted. However, upon entering the first level, they found themselves in a forest. Tada quickly caught up and explained, "Each level has its own independent scene. The portal is right by the entrance. You only need to defeat all the monsters on this level to advance to the next." Before Tada could finish speaking, Duan Fei had already vanished. 3 seconds later, a completion pop-up appeared, asking them to proceed to the second level to challenge the other side. Professor Jiang, who had been waiting for half an hour, was furious. He stomped his feet, thinking, "Old Jiang can't be hasty." At this moment, the stone door to the second level of the ruins reopened. Duan Fei explained, "There's no danger inside. You can go in and study." Seeing Professor Jiang's anxious appearance, Duan Fei sighed, "Professor Jiang is still the same. He can't sit still." Commander Luo greeted them with a smile, asking, "How was it? Are you satisfied with the treasure?" It turned out that Duan Fei had cleared 150 levels of the tower in just 10 minutes, gaining a large amount of combat experience and evolution points. Then Luo Yang showed Duan Fei the surveillance screenshots he had printed out earlier. "Are you going to the bear market tonight to look for clues? Have a safe journey." But when Duan Fei returned to the bedroom, he found Anya fast asleep on the bed. The little one was probably exhausted. It wasn't until 6 in the morning that Anya and Jinbao woke up. After packing their luggage, Anya asked suspiciously, "Brother Duan, are we just leaving quietly? Aren't we going to say goodbye to your older brothers and sisters?" Duan Fei suddenly stopped at the door. "Okay, Xiaku is also ready to go. Are you trying to sneak away again? This time I'm going with you." Duan Fei shook his head. "I refused the shelter, and I need you to leave too." Xiaku said anxiously, "It's that excuse again. I want to become stronger. That's why I'm following you. Besides, Anya is only 8 years old and needs someone to take care of her." Recalling Xiaku's gentleness last night, Anya begged Brother Duan to take Xiaku with him. Duan Fei was silent for a second, then turned around and said, "Put the luggage in Anya's dimensional space. We need to get to Sangxi before nightfall. I have a friend there who might be able to find clues about my sister, Xinyue."